The Chicago Bears Board of Directors voting to advance a new stadium development in Hammond, Indiana. That is right, not Chicago. In a statement today, the Bears say, quote, "We believe a world-class stadium project in Hammond will transform the region, connecting Northwest Indiana to the south side of Chicago through the Loop and across neighborhoods stretching north of the city. It will bring Chicagoland together and deliver new opportunities to its residents and businesses." Let's bring in the victor, Indiana Governor Mike Braun, for more on all this. How are you feeling about this? It looked like when the Illinois Assembly looked like it was waffling, the Indiana legislature swept in and said, let's put together a deal, and the Bears bought it.
Well, we're not wafflers. So I know when Aisha and I first talked about it, when the whole subject came up, when they came to us about 6 months ago and met with the McCaskey brothers and said they'd been courting their own state, their own government for actually 5 years. I thought it was just 3 years. And when the legislature gavelled out with nothing, I think it got to be a spat maybe among the legislators actually within the Chicago city limits, the rest of the state. And I could tell the fact that it took up until the last minute that we had a good chance. We made it so easy from the get-go. For 37 years, I signed the front side of a paycheck, had been involved in a lot of real estate deals. And when we met, they could tell they were dealing with somebody that knew what he was doing. And there was a lot of due diligence to check off. Yep. And they weren't certain what they were going to do. I just wanted to make sure it was an honest brokered conversation. And when I could tell that, we got that bill done and they made the public statement back, I think in February, I knew then that we were dealing with the clock being an issue, but the Illinois legislature was in session basically from the beginning of the year until the end of May. And the fact that they were taking it up to the deadline looked favorable. And I think that is probably what most observers ought to look at. Yeah. We did it at the speed of business. They dawdled for nearly 5 years.
Well, Governor, a lot of critics have said that this is just another one of Governor Pritzker's failures. I mean, just letting down Illinois year after year. He just came out with a statement. I'm going to read it to you because I'm baffled by it. I don't know if this guy has a political bone in his body, but in this statement, he's actually blaming the Bears. He writes, "Today appears to be another instance of that." Well, I'll start with this, actually. He says the Bears have built a storied legacy in Illinois for over 100 years, but have spent the last 6 years, and especially the last few months, shifting their position on a stadium location. So he's blaming them for that. He said that has hindered their progress. Today appears to be another instance of that after Illinois leaders have been working with the Bears in good faith. Are you surprised by this, that he's not even trying to save this?
Well, you've definitely got three entities, the city of Chicago, and I think that was the clearest point of being a problem. And then you had the governor and you had the legislature. And when you had the complications of what you'd be doing by becoming a business partner for another 50 years in Chicago, look at their operating budget. It's full of debt service. How do you pay for it? Well, you'd have to tax the businesses there. I think that was the clear thing. And you need elbow room. You come to Hammond, you're going to have a place that you're going to get a lot more stadium for the dollar you spend. You're going to be able to tailgate easily. So you're going to get surrounding development that's going to be easier and nicer. But the biggest thing is, from the first meeting we had, it was checking off stuff that impressed them in terms of what the future would look like, not to mention navigating through choosing a spot.
Right. Well, we're looking at the area that the stadium is probably going to be developed in, around the Lost Marsh Golf Course. So you get the team, but you don't get the name. They're still going to be the Chicago Bears. I'm sure the Indianapolis Colts are feeling good about that. But, I mean, you're going to get the stadium, you're going to get the revenue, but not the name. How do you feel about that?
By the way, the Colts were all for it because, of course, we checked with them, and they thought it was going to be a synergistic thing for sports in our state. Already the NCAA is located here, easiest place in the country to get to logistically into Indianapolis with an airport. We got a Gary Airport up there, much underutilized, and the whole region is arguably the most probably underdeveloped part of our state economy. Gary itself was our second largest city before steel whooshed out of the territory. Now Fort Wayne is. lot of good stuff going on. I always have to tout our economy is growing twice as fast as theirs and Ohio's, 3 times as fast as Kentucky's, 6 times as fast as Michigan's. We got the lowest unemployment rate in the Midwest, and we've got low cost of living, and we're enterprisers. We move at the speed of business.
Governor, before we let you go, just 10 seconds left here, very quickly. Why won't this deal fall apart? Because people are saying, look what happened to the stadium in Virginia. It fell apart at the last minute.
It won't be due to anything we do, and just extrapolate the forward momentum from 6 months ago to now. I think that's a clear trajectory to it getting completed.
Well, congratulations, Governor. We'll see if the stadium eventually does get built. But once it's built, I'm sure that they won't go back on their deal.
We'll be back on to talk about it, okay?
All right.
Would love
We
to
definitely
have you.
will.
Thanks, Governor.
Good to talk to you.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.